How's it going, everybody? Doing an eating hard candy ramble video today. We'll get a soft-spoken ramble as well. Eating hard candy, soft-spoken ramble, we'll call it. Haven't done a hard candy vid in a little bit, and I remembered. There's so many things I forget to... I need to grab this from the supermarket for a video, and I finally remembered to grab the Werther's. I'm filming this, it's like 7:30, a little after right now in the morning on Monday. I did not have a video set for today because I had to put the second video up with the day the Shady Outlet infomercial went up. That obviously was not viewing well. Thank you to the people that did comment and liked on it, though. I'm glad people were enjoying it. I just was hoping it would view better, but I needed to put up a second video that day, so it fucked up my schedule. Like I've said in the past, I'm not a fan, but I'm not looking to put up 2 videos in a day. It usually happens when the first video is not doing well. So it set me back. But I ended up filming like 12 videos all of last week. If you want to check out my Patreon, I'll put the link below. I got another a drink review going up on there that is exclusive to there. That'll be for paid members. The first drink review I did on there was free for everybody. But if you want to check out some drink reviews you haven't seen on here and you're interested in joining up, or if you want to see that first one, I think it was Mountain Dew. It was the dirty Mountain Dew, but it was the 0 sugar version. That one is free for everybody. But I found a couple, I think, maybe 2 or 3 videos for Patreon. I need to get another video up on the Barry Dungeons Cliches channel. You're going to see a Resident Evil Requiem gameplay this week. I'm probably filming that later today, or maybe in an hour or 2. I was going to do that one first and put it up today, but I was like, that's going to be a longer video, probably a 40-45 minute video, maybe a little shorter. But I didn't want to, like, first thing, just do that because I'm just not in the mood. Hold on a sec. Cat's out on the front porch, so I'm just checking to make sure the gate we put up in front of where the stoop is up. I mean, I'd hear it if it fell, but she was itching to get out there this morning, so. Oh yeah, so you're gonna see that. I'm gonna be doing a PS5 collection video again soon. I ordered another game off of eBay, so I'll be doing it after I get that. I don't know when that's gonna come. If I'm lucky, maybe by like Saturday or something. Not that there's a rush on it, but it was a game I've been in. It's a game I've looked at in the past. I believe it came out in 24. Because it had a certain vibe to it that I liked. And it is an open world one, surprisingly enough. But it's $25 new. So I was like, fuck it. And I have the gift card on eBay, so I was like, screw it. So once I get that, I'll do a game collection. I got an Olipop drink review that I need to do. I got to think about what I'm going to combine it with. Might be some various sounds or something like that. Or maybe just with tapping. Something like that. I'm probably going to do a video game store roleplay this month. Another one of those. I still got to do that Shady Cranial Nerve exam. The Summer Game Fest and Xbox's game show were this weekend. Xbox's was yesterday. Xbox had a pretty good lineup of stuff. A lot of it's coming to PS5. They showed the new Gears of War, which is the E-Day one, so it's a prequel. So you're seeing a young Dom and Marcus. It looked pretty cool, though, I gotta say. It was them, at least in the beginning part, they were showing when the locusts emerge. They're just in their regular clothes and stuff, so a little different vibe there. I'm a fan of the Gears games. That looks cool. I mean, I don't know for sure. I think that might be a console exclusive for Xbox. I didn't even know it was Fable at first because I was kind of skimming through stuff. I guess Haley Atwell is playing the villain. It's the remake of the first Fable, right? Although people were complaining that they're changing stuff. I don't know. I only played a little bit of the first Fable, so I don't know what they're exactly doing with it. That did look alright, but I was kind of like, okay, I want to just breeze through. Let me do Summer Game. I'll ramble about this first real quick. It's not going to be I'm not going to ramble on everything. They did, the Summer Game Fest showed the third part of the Final Fantasy remake, the final one, Revelations, I think it's called. So that's cool. I'm excited for that. Clockwork Revolution. I'm going to blend these together. Clockwork Revolution looked cool. That's a console exclusive to the Xbox. But that looked pretty cool. Crazy Taxi, I think, is getting a remake. Magicians. That game looked pretty cool too. Magicians. It had a very, at least to me, a little bit of a Bioshock type vibe to it. That looked cool. Persona 4 is getting a remake. I love Persona 4. A lot of people seem to, so that's cool. That's getting a remake. Persona 6, they showed a trailer for, a little trailer for. Hold on. Stuff popping up. There was issues with the Summer Game Fest stream. It was like out of sync and shit. For a minute, I was like, oh shit, that sucks. Resident Evil Veronica, they showed just a brief little trailer for. Not Code Veronica now, it's just Veronica, but that was cool to see. People have been wanting that remake for a little bit now. Yeah, there's a game called Crossfire that looked kind of fun. I was like, the Final Fantasy VII Revelation looked cool. I love the first two parts. I'm excited for it. Stellar Blade. There was another Stellar Blade it showed. That looked pretty cool. I never played the first one. Wolf Among Us 2. Telltale's back. Some of these are Clutch, Attack on Titan 3. Hot Wheels. I didn't watch some of these. Monster Hunter Wilds. Among Us Story ongoing. The Blood of Dawnwalker. Star Wars Zero Company. Which was, it says it here too, was like an XCOM type thing. That could be kind of interesting. They also showed, and I'm interested in this game quite a bit actually. They showed the pod racing type game. Was it called just Star Wars, like Galactic Racer maybe? I could be wrong. It just sounds familiar. That's like the pod racing stuff. They did make that pod racing game back, and maybe I know the Nintendo 64 had it. I assume the PlayStation did too. Or maybe there's another one. That looks cool. I'm actually interested. I'm not usually a huge fan of racing games outside of a few franchises, but that was cool. Lords of the Fallen 2. Saw there was a Saw game they showed. Saw Genesis. This game 1666 Amsterdam looked really cool. Now this is PS. This is PC only at the moment. Hopefully it comes to consoles. It looks really cool though. There was a Virtua Fighter, that's right, Crosswords. That looked kind of interesting too. At least from what they showed. There was a new Turtles game, The Last Ronin, that's based on the comic, right? It's just like Raphael that's left. Spoilers. Stranger Than Heaven. There's a bunch of stuff here. I'm not going to go over everything. I just wanted to kind of briefly during the ramble just talk about some of this. Oh yeah, Halo Campaign Evolved, so it's like a remake of the first one. That looks kind of cool. they are doing a 25th anniversary, because it's the 25th anniversary of the original Xbox. I guess they're doing the Xbox Series X, the green version. It was the Halo version of the original Xbox that they made back in the day. I said Persona 6 was shown as a new Spyro, and they showed the Fable. Clockwork Revolution, that's the full name of that. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. I didn't even watch that, I don't think. I just do not. I'm kind of checked out on that. There was some DLC for the latest Doom. Guild Wars 3, I believe. They showed a bunch of stuff. Like I said, I wasn't paying attention all of it. So that's cool. Some cool games coming. What else do I want to ramble about? I'm gonna probably I don't know what I'm gonna throw back in. I might just go back to Elder Scrolls Remastered Oblivion. I might throw Alone in the Dark in. Something I feel like I'm kind of close to completing. That's the thing, I beat Resident Evil Requiem. Now, like I said, it took me 11 and a half hours. But it's a game that I wanted to finish. Like, games don't pull me in like that anymore. That's not, even indie, which I enjoyed in The Great Circle. I was playing the shit out of that, put it down for like probably even longer than that. Maybe not. Maybe about 4 or 5 months. And I was like 2 hours. I had like 2 hours left in the game. I went back to it and completed it, and I enjoyed it. But a lot of games, Silent Hill F did the Silent Hill 2 remake, Resident Evil. I was like, I'm playing this, I'm completing it. Fuck it, I won't play it now. Other games had me like that, like the RoboCop Rogue City and Hogwarts. Although Hogwarts, I think I stopped, but not for long. Hogwarts Legacy. What else? I'm trying to think of, since we've been here, like games I've thrown in. I was playing a ton of Final Fantasy 16 and then just stopped. And it's not because I wasn't enjoying it. It's weird. I just was like, I'm gonna stop. What else? I'm trying to think of a game I completed here other than those. I'd have to look. Oh my God, what am I doing? Scary Movie took the box office for the weekend. He-Man bombed. I think He-Man worldwide is only like 50, 60 million total. Scary Movie is number 1. That was 2. Obsession and Backrooms is still doing well too. I think they're both over 200 million worldwide, which is extremely impressive for any type of horror movie. Like I said before, safest bet. They're cheap. I mean, the Obsessions was like 750 grand. And Backrooms, I think they took like 10, 15 million maybe. If you're making a movie for 50 million or under, in the case of most horror movies, they're usually like 25, 30 million and under. You're going to make your money back. The marketing, you're going to have to make a little extra because of marketing, obviously, but marketing is not massive for horror movies either. It's not like the Mandalorian and shit. They're just spending so much on everything. It's got the restaurant tie-ins, commercials, toys and stuff. I mean, the toys will make them money and shit, and they make money from all these team-ups, I would think. But Mandalorian, Grogu, they were like, oh, it's doing all right. It didn't cost a shit ton by Star Wars standards. And then the word of mouth for Obsession, that thing exploded. And then backwards, like horror movies are like burying supposed blockbuster movies. Even Scary Movie, which is not a horror movie, it's a comedy. Horror spoof, obviously, in the Scary Movie franchise. That one just came in and was like, no, He-Man, you're done. People don't want to see that. I mean, myself personally, I liked He-Man back in the day. I'm not like a super fan of He-Man. That 2002 version of the cartoon they made was really good. And then I know they did another one on Netflix. Maybe it was like maybe 6, 7 years ago or something. I don't know when it was. Maybe it was shorter. but I don't need to see it in the theater. And that's the problem, right? Like, it looks cool to me, but I don't need to see it in the theater. And He-Man, while it's a known franchise, it's not massive. Like, He-Man's not massive, you know. It's funny how like certain movies are pumping it. I mean, that the Michael Jackson movie did like 800 million. Devil Wears Prada 2 did over 6. So there's movies that are going nuts. Mario Galaxy pushed $1 billion again. I think it's a little below $1 billion worldwide. And I think He-Man was like 175 million, so that is not going to make its money back. It's kind of screwed. But it's an Amazon movie, so it'll probably do well on Amazon. Here's what's going to happen. It probably will stream well on Amazon, and then they'll just put this, if they make a sequel, it'll probably just go straight to Amazon or be in the movie theater for a week. But it's supposed to be hot this week, all week. Although we were supposed to get a 100-degree day, that dropped to like 98. So if I'm doing anything in the yard, which I need to cut the lawns this week, I'm going to have to be out there by 9 a.m. I typically don't like to go out there earlier than 9. This was New York as well. Because I don't want to be running. I mean, I don't have a gas mower. It's a battery. You charge it. So it's not as loud. But it's still, I don't know. We have the house across the street, really, and the house behind. And if I'm cutting the front, they're most likely, you're not going to hear much, but the house across, well, and maybe they're awake. I don't know. I'm just kind of the person that doesn't want to disturb anybody early. And personally, I don't want to get out there at 7 myself either. Maybe a little before 9 or like 9 a.m. get out there and start. Because it could even be muggy by then. I was out there putting some more bird seed out and peanuts for the birds and squirrels, and it was already pretty muggy, and that was friggin' like a little before 7:30. Or whatever it was, 7:15. 7:35. It's like, no. I did get most of the weeds out of the rocks, though, totally, so that's nice. I just got to be on top of that. When they start to grow, just get out there and start ripping them. Do those cuts, at least one of them. As it hasn't rained much recently, so the lawn's not growing too much. Probably smarter just cut more of the top part than the bottom. I'll do one more. Mondays I tend to film more. I'll probably do 3 videos today. I'd like to be ahead of the game by a couple of days, like 2-3 days. Where videos, but like I said, if a video views poorly, I gotta get a second video up that day. Kind of throws a wrench in my schedule. Sometimes I'll just let the video bomb, but other times I'm like, no, I have to look at how my views are trending at the moment. Forgetting too much. Oh, I got the Werther's popcorn. It's the same as the caramel popcorn one. Pretty good, actually. Small bag for the price, but it is pretty good. I do have a video, actually. I think I mentioned this last week, going up this week as well. I'm excited about. You'll see it when it goes up. I'm not going to spoil anything now. I am like I do, and I've gotten not grief, but people have been like, "Oh, you're spoiling a little too much," like with movies and stuff. Like, I'm not going to spoil anything, and I'm like telling you the whole plot of the movie. That's how I am. Like, I rarely, if someone sees something, like, just tell me what happens. I don't care. Like, I don't know why I'm like this. I remember when The Force Awakens came out. I don't know if a script leaked or some bullshit. I read like the whole plot before it came out, so I knew, spoilers here, that Han was gonna die. And it was funny, we were I think we saw it in the Levittown Theater, me and some friends. But they had they have the big seats, the reclinable big seats with the tray for food and shit. Super comfy seats like you'd have in your house pretty much. But they were like 3 over here, but I was across the aisle and started the next row. So there's 2 people next to me I didn't know. And I knew the part was coming up where Han was going to die. And then it happened, and the guy next to me is like, "What the fuck?" He jumps out of his seat. I was the same way. There's a few movies where I don't want to be spoiled, but it's very rare for me. Other than that, I'm just like, okay, tell me what happens, because now I don't have to see it. That's the thing. I don't really want to see movies. I just want to know what happens. Certain movies I don't want to know. But typically, like, I think I'm a little more like I like to keep things hidden more for me personally. Like when it comes to shows, more for the movies. I don't know why. I'm just like, dude, I don't care. So I got on my movie reviews. I got to try to not go too crazy on the spoilers. I did pretty good, I think, with Passenger and Obsession, but I just remember that I was like reading the whole thing. Let's see what happens in the new Star Wars. That was 2015, I believe, or no, it was 2014. Even was it? Oh my God! Wow. Time is just barreling through, no matter what's going on, good or bad. On this in a few minutes. Excited to get up to New York in a couple of weeks, probably about a month or something like that. That can be cool. Good to see friends and stuff, hang out, maybe get a session of GoldenEye in. I'm staying with my one friend, so he's one of the ones that plays Bond, GoldenEye. See if we can get my other friend to come in the third. We don't have a fourth anymore. Back in like 97, although when I first started playing multiplayer, it would have been early 98. Like I said, I played the single player, I was enjoying. Then I'm like, let's see what this is about. I've talked about this past, but then it became a huge thing throughout like all of 98. And everybody was playing. We had our 5 or 6 like people that would constant rotation. 2 of which still play. 2 of which I do not. Even well before I moved, it hadn't seen them in years. But and then other friends, like there was like 4 other friends that would just they would play it randomly. Everybody was just like, I'll give it a shot, even if they weren't into games. It was such a big deal. But I'm gonna stop there, I think. About 25 minutes. Let's ramble here briefly for a minute. She's probably out. She said that we had seats out there. She sits on the one. Yeah, you're going to see Resident Evil this week. Resident Evil Requiem gameplay. PS5 collection is going to come a little later, I think, because I want to wait for that game to come. Which I'm a little bit excited about, to be honest with you. And the price was there, and I was like, you know what? Throw something else in the mix, kind of pick up some games that are cheaper now just to have them ready to go so I can go. Eventually, I will pick up Bond First Light. But not at the moment. I gotta see what I'm gonna throw in now, though. If I could try to like squeeze in maybe completing a game before this other game comes. Because I will throw that one in, at least play it and see how I'm enjoying it. but something I'm kind of near the end of, so it's only got a couple hours left. But anyway, eating hard candy and rambling vid here today, and thanks for checking this out, and have a good day.